Welcome everybody to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch. Pawnda Rapid Swiss 33. This is our weekly tournament for my team. Well, Pawnda and my team, the Pawnda and Horses Club, aptly named by Mr. Coffee. Pawnda and Horses Club, you're welcome to join if you have over 100 rated games. We've got, just send me a request to join the Pawnda and Horses Club. Let me actually put that out there. If anyone's interested in joining our team, there's the link actually already. Mubot beat me to it, thanks to Mr. Coffee. But I'll ping it again. If you'd like to join our team, we're going to be starting this tournament in 15 minutes. Very strong field to start with. I'm hoping to get more players who are under 2,000. We've got Schieber, Spieler, FIDE Master, myself on the account Sparkle Horse, my main account. Husky, who's been very, very strong. Excel Poker, also strong. Scared Knight, way over 2,200. I call him Sacred Knight, like Camel Culture. Yule Skinner, also 2,200. Jern Vlad, good player, rated 2,000, but as you can see, he's 2,200 in Blitz. Then Repun and Asterbait. And I thought there was someone else, but they left. God Shankar is now 2273 in Rapid. And the 1200 from Hell. Yeah, I mean, you played like 15 moves of a master game yesterday. So I don't know too many 1200s who do that. I think you were in a master game after 15 plus moves. I definitely could do that when I was 1200, can assure you. Don't think I played too many games where I was still in book after 15 moves. So, alright, we've got 10, 11 players now. I'm hoping to appeal to more people who are not necessarily, you don't have to be a master. And I'm afraid sometimes, like, the fact that there's 5 or 6 high-rated players kind of scares people off. But it's an unrated tournament. You got nothing to be afraid of. It's just a good practice to get to play stronger players. You should want to play stronger players. And you don't even have to lose any rating points. Aldisto joined at 2404. I was thinking the only high-rated players that played a lot that aren't here lately are Uber Driver and Cormorant. Cormorant's been kind of missing. He used to play a lot in these and often do pretty well. Uber Driver, probably driving. Thanks, guys, for showing up. I'm going to be, let's see, we got 11 minutes to go. Rapid tournament, 7 rounds, casual. It's a Swiss, so we start the games at the same time. It's not like an arena. The games all start simultaneously every round. Oh yeah, Great Lazarus is missing. The mysterious Great Lazarus. He's an Asterbait favorite. We've got the 1200 from Hell. ST. Asterbait, Repun. In the booster section. Delver's somewhat mysterious and strong player as well. Guys, thanks for your support. Please don't forget to donate a gift sub or some bits to the stream. Closing out September here. Alright. Guys, before we start, I also want to remind everyone, Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Thursday, every Thursday I do a subscriber stream with game analysis. Delver Flips has submitted games in the past. Excel Poker, I don't know if you did, but definitely others have. Yule Skinner, Asterbait, Schieber Spieler. If anyone's interested who's a subscriber in bringing one of their games for show and tell for Thursday's stream, you can submit it directly to me. Let's get the games together for Thursday before the last minute. So, I don't have like a million people. Oh, I analyzed my game too at the last minute on Thursday. I try to do like 10 games every Thursday between 6:30 and 10 Thursday, or 6:30 and 9:30, say Central European summertime. We've got Cheesemate, another 2300 lichess rated player. So now it's really looking tough. It's tough to get on the top. Tough to get on the top here. Super strong. You gotta be 2,000 to be on the front page. We need more players under 2,000. Where are the under 2,000 players? Bring your under 2,000 buddies and tell them about our team. Do I not have anyone trying to join the team? Yeah, there we go. Bump 890. Rated 1678 is accepted. Alright, that's one. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I closed the window. Closing window is bad. Uh-oh. We did it. Alright. I had to do that like right before the tournament starts. Closing window is bad. Man, I fixed it. I'm a genius. We fixed it quickly. Alright. Looks a little laggy. Server question mark. Seems slow. Whoa. 1,500 in rapid. Gotta have 20 games. I'm gonna assume you don't have 20 games if 1,500 is your rating. I would assume. Tournament has a setting with 20 games minimum, 20 rated games minimum to play. There's a donation there. I missed. $28. Play tough. I forget that one. Guys, please support the stream and donate if you can. I try to list the people who have donated via Streamlabs in the or in PayPal in the Twitch page. I have a little box there to thank everyone who's donated. Please subscribe. Keep your subscriptions up to date so you can do things like submit a game for Thursday. Starting in 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. This is going to be good. There's like 822, 9,200 players. Zernvlad is strong too. 500 members now. I reached 500 members in the Pawnda and Horses Club. That's exactly right, Schieberspieler. Good call. I noticed one thing. They stopped tracking like how many followers people have. I was never that big on that, but I was like really close to 3,000 followers. I've been close to 3,000 forever, and right before I reached 3,000, they like disabled followers. So anyway, whatever. I'm not really big on Instagram followers or whatever. I don't care. We do have 500 members of the team, which is cool. That's a big milestone. You have 7.4 followers. How can you check that? I don't have 7.4 followers. You're talking about Twitch. I'm talking about lichess. The first rule of Chess Club is... it's probably some privacy issue. Because you could like click on people, see where their followers were. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, but it doesn't really matter. I don't care so much about it. I just thought it was amusing. There are these people who would like join tournaments just for the sake of like getting more followers. I thought it was sort of absurd. 16,000 followers on Pornhub. Delbert, right? I assume you're talking. All right. We've got I'm not a social media god. But anyway, good tournament, guys. Good luck to everyone. We're starting soon. Thanks, all of you guys. Closet chess player. That's always like a killer when you go on a date and you tell the person you went out with that you play chess. That awkward first moment. Definitely you don't bring it up on the first date. Yep. Been there. Don't tell your friends you play chess. Scarred night. Refresh. Are we low on time? Oh, I got three requests. Harshi is like joining the team for the 10th time. Ruben is new and has tons of games. And Christoph, another 2000 strength player. Thanks guys for joining. That's definitely not before the third date. Many first dates went south when I told someone that I had started talking about chess. It's just not a good idea. They're like, oh, relationship killer. What's up? All right. This is definitely a subject for Bob. Nerd life. Hashtag. I remember like being at a poker tournament and this guy, this one idiot, like started to trash chess. And I was thinking, okay, I understand if you're like really cool and you're into sports and you're a celebrity or whatever, but it's like you're a card. You sit around playing cards and you think that's cool compared to like playing chess. No, I don't think so. It's the same, almost the same level of like nerddom as chess. No, that doesn't work. You can't make fun of board games as a card player. All right, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to start. Freaks with parent issues. Most chess players. Or parents with freak issues. Alright, here we go. 1 minute to go. Guys, let's get our first donation for the week. First gift sub. Yeah. Make me rich. This is why I'm doing this to become rich. This is why I never used my college degree. Because I knew I would become wealthy and famous from chess. He ad-libbed it. Was this his pawn? What? What are you saying? 43 seconds left. 2 more requests to join from Dude Without Enough Games, declined, and Boleta. Farrowin Boleta from Barbados. Alright. You know how much I love Bullet, but we've got to let him in. Excel Poker. Chess and poker player. Poker card players do not have any room to make fun of chess players. We're both sitting around a table playing a game. There's a lot of carryover, actually. Alright, let's start. We're supposed to be starting. It's like 30 seconds. Here we are, playing the game. You are playing the game. Join the game. Okay. Zern Vlad. Mr. Coffee, if we have more players trying to join the team, maybe you can keep an eye on it. Blaze of Glory. I don't know, why does Blaze of Glory make me think of like Clint Eastwood or something? The good old King's Indian. You know how much I love the King's Indian. It's the Grunfeld. Grunfeld. Alright, we're gonna go play something weird here. You're supposed to say what Astrobate says. I got me a buy. In honor of the great Portish Lajos, I'm gonna play this. The Funkadelic variation. I had to do a double take when I saw Portish do this. I was like, what? In all my life, I never saw this till like 2010 when he played it. I did a video on my YouTube channel a couple years ago on his game that he won against Beliavsky with this system. It's really objectively not dangerous, but, you know, I mean, when you see something completely different that you've never faced before, it's fairly easy to make a mistake. I was amazed that Portish could like come up with something completely I've never seen before. Unlike move 5. It's a little bit, reminds me of the Danian. The Danian played, there was a New in Chess. So New in Chess yearbook article about CD5, Knight E5, Knight A4 some years ago. Well, many years ago now. So I'm not sure about this reaction with E5. I don't know that I've ever seen that, but I don't know the system too well. I know that objectively this is not really dangerous for black, but it's okay. White's at least like equal. But it's kind of a funny thing to throw out there against the Grunfeld player who has everything. So he kind of playing like a Scandinavian here. What do you get for the Grunfeld player who has everything? Is this wrong? I'm completely on my own now. E4 would be an uncompromising response. I don't know if this is good, bad. Doesn't look that great for me. Knight to E5. It's got to be right. Knight C3, then Queen A5 in this position. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it seems like logical play by both sides so far. But I've never seen this played before. I just make it up as I go along. I'm kind of bored of sort of playing the same stuff all the time. I have only like a couple things I play against the Grunfeld. Grunfeld is very, very theoretical. I don't like playing against it without being well prepared. It's like the Najdorf. Now I was expecting him to break here with C6, and he doesn't. Bishop E3. He's gonna play like Knight F6, it looks like. So I guess we'll just go Bishop E2. if knight f6, he's covered here, and I'm ready to play bishop d2 to defend the e4 pawn, or I can just castle. You know, this is good. White should be a little bit better. I don't really like knight d7. As I said, it feels to me like c6 is maybe more critical. You had an interesting game against Husky, yeah. Pawn up. Dude, I mean, at move 11, I know exactly the position you're talking about, and at the end of the game, we looked at it, and I was like, there's no way I would ever effing find that move. How would I find f4? I mean, it even seems like anti-positional. That was like the winning move. I don't even know. Like, how do I find that move? Yeah, it was an interesting position. Absolutely agree with you. Very interesting. But I just don't know how in the world I would find that move. What's the logic behind f4? How can we define that? It just looked like a weird move. So every round in these tournaments, the Pawnda's arenas, I always have like the longest game. Getting the bishop to the queenside pawns. Bishop f4, bishop c7. Yeah, I was pretty angry that I ended up like getting nothing with my extra pawn. And I had never beaten Husky, so I was already like counting on winning that game. Jernvlad is really drifting on the passive side here, speaking of f4. Normally, again, it's somewhat of an anti-positional move, but I mean, I'm thinking at this point, f4 might be the way to go. Bishop g5, f6 doesn't do anything. Bishop g4. I don't want to trade my dark square bishop for his dark square bishop. Okay, so f4 makes a lot of sense. It's dynamic. It's also attacking the strong point in his position, which makes it taboo. For a lot of people, they're like, wouldn't understand what I mean, but I mean, this is typically the strongest point in the enemy position, the heart of his position, if you will. You're like fighting a battle and you're going to attack the strong point in the enemy territory. That's unlikely to be successful, right? But he's a little disorganized here. He's got no protection of f7. I mean, opening the f-file could be very dangerous. He's kind of undeveloped with rook d8 and bishop f8. So I feel like this is a position where, you know, it's a good kind of like exception to the rule style position. I wanted to play queen e1. I mean, king h1 is a useful waiting move at some point. But I wanted to play this, but if he plays cd, I don't have knight takes because he trades queens. Trading queens would be a very bad thing. With an initiative, you don't want to trade queens here. I mean, it looks like white has a large advantage, but it's not that easy to break through. I mean, I still have to develop these pieces. It's tempting to play knight takes d5, but it's not a no-brainer. You know, pawn takes is kind of like a wall. Knight takes. Knight takes looks good though. I mean, it's basically like a Sicilian now. Some kind of weird Najdorf or something. An F4 Najdorf. White's really got some play on the F file. Better control of the center. My king is safer. How do I get my queen, over to like an aggressive position? Maybe like here, and this bishop. I think it's like clear advantage to white. If black makes one mistake, he's lost. Maybe he's already lost. Also f5 might just be like positionally very strong. So I mean, we have multiple ways of playing with the f-pawn. He just dropped his queen. That might be a mouse slip. But if it is a mouse slip, I don't know where he was going. Maybe he just committed harikiri. Back to tournament. Schieberspiller already won. All these guys already won. Ellis Shachmat playing Aldisto. Shachmat is a decent player, but he's got one of the toughest opponents here. Man, this is a beautiful pawn chain. I can't emphasize enough the importance of pawn structure. Equal material, but better king and better structure for black. Usually Aldistos. This was a London. The London is banned. Right? Yeah, white didn't get anything with the mighty London. I'll tell you guys a secret. Especially if you're new to the stream, the London sucks. Don't tell anybody though. The London is a waste of the white pieces. Alright, knight takes c5. He might as well have just taken with the pawn there, honestly. It seems like a mistake to play knight takes, because the pawn gets a little closer to outside, and but this is better for black. But I still think that it may not be lost. But again, black is better structure, better king. Two very serious advantages. Is it enough to win? I mean, I guess if white was like a computer, he might be okay. Like, it may not be a winning position for black, but it's very, very much better for black. Is there any other game going on? We got another request to join the team. Is that a dead? That's a dead request. Okay. Aldisto advancing his kingside pawn majority, as you can see. Well played. Use it. This is the last game, thanks. Use it or lose it. Beautiful pawn structure has avalanche forward. Now white seeking counterplay on the queen side. Can white survive? $1 million question. Jern Vlad, I almost forgot how it's hard to play with you. Thank you. Nice to see you, man. Welcome back. I guess when you dropped your queen, I was better, significantly better, but yeah, it's an interesting opening that I learned from Portish. I had never seen anyone play exactly like you did, but it might be valid. If it's good enough for Portish, it's good enough for me. So that's the way it goes. Ominous. Awkward and ominous come to mind here. White has an outside pawn on the queen side that still hasn't even moved yet. I mean, it feels like this is probably close to a draw with so little material left. But the space is pretty nasty. You know, one false step and White, you know, is doing a Roadrunner versus Wile E. Coyote sort of death. I guess it's probably a draw with perfect play. That's a lot of space. Black does not want to trade rooks. But I don't understand why he didn't trade pawns, on g4. He should have traded already. White's job's trade as many pawns as possible. I don't like that g3 a lot. He should trade. Continue to trade, I believe. Super dangerous situation. Eventually, White succumbed to the pressures of the position. So that is the last game of the round. Round 1 is just about in the books. 7-round rapid tournament. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe over on Twitch if you can. If not, just follow. We appreciate any support, donations, bit cheers. Still September, so subscriptions are cheaper, gift subs are cheaper. It's a discount. Please support our efforts here. Rest in peace, Pony. We're partial to ponies. They're still playing it out. But I don't want to watch. I'm shielding my eyes. That was not an easy endgame. Move 11 just gifted tier 1 sub. Got on the board. Yeah, I don't have a Bitcoin link. If you're serious, I can get you one. I should put one up. Move 11. Move 11 gifted a tier 1 sub to Sliders community. Gifted a total of 204 on the channel. Excel Poker just subscribed to tier 1. Thanks, guys. Bitcoin dropped down to 41,000. I'm asking myself, why did I buy Ethereum? It's like worth less than when I bought it. Ugh. I'm not a crypto expert, just dabbling. But anyway. Let's go. Next round, 1 minute. Schieber, Spieler, Sparkle Horse, Audisto, Husky. We've got 9 players, 10 players with 10 players. Bye for Vague. World Boozer joined the tournament with another strong player. Now, there's like 10 players over 2,200. Mule Skinner stopped. He just came to play you. You're always on top of the leaderboard. He's made the top. He's made the top before. He lost against Scared Knight. What's that? He resigned? What? It looks like he dropped a bishop or something. Alright, hopefully he'll like get mated in 6 moves like that other time. I've been playing E5 last couple of days in anonymous games, so we're gonna work on that a little bit. The Evans. Actually, we had a game with Sacred Knight just the other day. Scared Knight. Scary Knight. Alright, so this is like the Bronstein variation or something. I forget what it's called. Queen b3 is main line. So what am I thinking? Dude, I know it's the Evans. Are you serious? I've been playing chess for 30 years. More than 30 years. More like 35. 30. 30 is an understatement. Yesterday or the other day, Scared Knight played not Queen b3 but castles right away against me, and that's like less common. But I think this is Black's simplest answer. It was recommended by I think some of the guys on Chess24, among others. There were some videos on there. Thanks to XL Poker and thanks to Move11 for gifting a tier 1 sub. Move11, you gifted a tier 1 sub to the community. But who got your gift 1 sub? Your tier 1 sub? Am I crazy, or isn't it supposed to say like who got the sub? Did the sub go to... Wait, is that the sub that went to XL Poker? And that would explain it? Then I understand. I thought they were like separate things. Oh no, it went to Gandalji. That didn't show up on my Twitch for some reason. Yeah. XL Poker is like in German. Is that German or Swedish? I don't know. Looks like German. Yeah, that would be my guess. Bishop b6, bishop b5. Okay, what is bishop b5? That's a freaky move. Didn't we have something like this happen before? The move has to be a6, right? a6 is forced. There was some very similar variation last time. And then what? Bishop a7 with the idea of b5? Like, what else would you do? I mean, is there even another move? You could play bishop a5 or some other square. It's not like I've ever studied this position. I'm just going on guesswork. But bishop a7 looks right. If he tries anything with the face hugger on the king side, I have knight h6, which sucks, but you always had that backup to defend. Trade. DJ Rocks asks, can you play a game with me? Not tonight. We're playing this tournament. 7-round rapid tournament. If you'd like to play Wednesday or Friday mornings, I'm doing Blitz You can always challenge me off stream. So this, I mean, this is what I'm talking about with the face hugger. If knight g5, knight h6, and I won't be able to get rid of that knight on g5 so easily, but I'll critically defend f7. I mean, I guess I could just bring my queen back to d7. It's fine. No, there's complications. Yeah, that's a little tricky. Like, if knight g5, queen d7, queen d5, for example. So it might be better not to give him access to that square to attack my rook on a8, for example. Plus knight h6, as bad a square as it is a developing move. Anyway, this is the Slaggy classical repertoire. I grew up almost never playing e4, very little e4, e5, and not so much d4, d5. So I'm trying to play, you know, a lot of times for fun with a strictly classical repertoire to build that sort of side of my game, which I never really. It's like playing sports with your left hand if you're right-handed. I've never developed this side of my game that much. Like 1% of my games have been like e4, e5 with black. Probably less than 1% of my chess games in my life. But it's fun to do, you know, things like new openings that you don't really know that well. That's why I hate people who play the London system. I can't imagine. I can't even comprehend chess without creativity. You know, without being creative and thinking in the opening and creating new ideas. To turn the chess openings into something like that's by rote is against everything that I love about the game. Alright, so Godchenko are using a lot of time here, eventually forcing a trade of queens. But we have many advantages here. Strong pawn on e5, an extra pawn. However, it might be weak. Possibly a good king in the endgame, in the center. This is technically on the borderline of an endgame. Definition of endgame is tricky. A lot of people, I've heard the standard definition would be after one trade of the queens, after the queens and one minor piece is off the board. So this is like a borderline definition of the endgame. Creativity is making mistakes that goes unpunished. That's kind of depressing way of looking at it. All right. If e4, I would be winning, but he has rook e1. Rook b8 is a strong move. f5 is an interesting move. Knight f6 is straightforward. Knight e7 is interesting. Bishop d7 will be necessary at some point. I like this move. I like my pawn duo. I like not blocking my f-pawn. I have a majority. Like the first game we watched, where Aldisto had the pawn majority. This is the best move for white, probably. Bishop b6, interesting idea. So White misplayed the opening, but he's coming back with what appear to be best practical moves. That I'm skeptical of, though. Knight e7 doesn't look right. I mean, knight here doesn't really look right. I suspect that's not the best move. I mean, the concept of the position here for me is that I'm trading a healthy pawn for a sick pawn. And that's a good exchange. And objectively, black should be winning here. Better king, better structure, extra pawn. Plus, knights are very unforgiving in the endgame. You're a pawn up in a rook endgame, you may not be winning. If you're a pawn up in a bishop endgame, it's closer. If you're a pawn up in a knight endgame, it's usually decisive. Because knights lend themselves to Zugzwang. Now what? Well, if nothing else, I can play g5. Get that majority rolling. We have a huge pawn chain there. A massive wall. We are winning. Everything according to fundamentals. I was really playing for mate, but I couldn't find it. It's over. Too many pawns. I did drop a rook in a winning endgame last week. That was a bummer. Nothing like dropping a rook on a skewer. Wow, a lot of games still going because he was playing super fast. Scared Knight versus Aldisto. Check this out. Did Schieberspieler win already? Wow, Scared Knight with a massive time edge. We're on Aldisto's side with white here. Down upon an ending. Aldisto loves bishops. He's the antithesis of Cheesy Noob. There's some interesting tricks here. I don't think that white is necessarily lost down a pawn. Bishop gives you very good chances to hold in this kind of endgame. I would kind of like guess it's probably a draw if white's accurate. Is it true that it was called stalemate because the rule was created? When the rule was created, it was considered a win. I heard something like that too. Ultra Buller. Ultra Buller. Alright. Oh no, I closed the window again. I didn't do that again. I hate Google Chrome. Is my stream gonna save it? It did. Alright, let's go back. Oh, John Bartholomew's doing a quick bullet session. Let's go. I can't wait to watch John Bartholomew play bullet. So instructive. Seriously, let's go back. Alright, profile to Pawnda tournament, please. To the Pawnda tournament. The modern browser. Schieberspieler is still playing. Let's check it out. Cheesemate, tough opponent. Oh man, good game. Whoa. Night endings. Schieberspieler is up a doubled pawn against the always tough Cheesemate. See, this is what I'm talking about. The element of Zugzwang in the night endgame. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Coffee. The element of Zugzwang in the night endgame. That doesn't happen in rook endgames, and it doesn't always happen in bishop endgames. Bishops and rooks can just maintain control of the same square from different positions. The knight can't maintain control of the same square from different positions. That's why it's so decisive. Whoa. Poor Mr. Knight. Now you see, if it wasn't for the extra B pawn, this would be a draw. But the extra B pawn controls the A6 square. If black can play knight A6, it's a draw. So sad. Alright, very tough game obviously from him. Everything's done. Schieberspieler, 4 players with 2-0. Mickey also joined the tournament. We now have like more than 10 players with 2200 plus. 9, 10, 11 with Muleskinner. World loser. Where's world loser? 11 players with 2200 plus. We need more lower rated players. I think we're scaring off the other people. Let's like lower, we're all like sandbag our ratings down a little bit. Not enough lower rated players here. Master Invitational. I have a bad feeling I'm going to play Schieberspieler, but you know, this thing does crazy pairings. It doesn't pair by rating really, it pairs by like tiebreak points and stuff. I think the computer thinks that I'm the favorite here because I have better tie breaks. it's gonna think like it's like 1 against. Well, it really should be like 1 against 3 and 2 against 4. But the colors, I don't know. I'm probably gonna play Schieberspieler, but maybe someone else. "21 seconds left, guys. It's a 7-round tournament. Thanks to all of you guys for playing. Thanks to Move E11 and thanks to the resub from Excel Poker. Thanks to all these good players for coming out. It makes it fun, and it's also like useful. You know, we can play blitz games against 2,200 plus players. Excel Poker, for example. All right. What do we got? We go into the variation of death. He's probably doing his homework, and I'm gonna walk into a trap. Yeah, he's probably been studying. Let's just bail. Let's bail, man. I'm playing the Caro-Kann exchange variation. Loser, baby. Bishop F5. It's just a reverse Caro-Kann exchange variation. It just occurred to me that Excel Poker was probably prepared for the Botvinnik variation. We had talked about it a bit, and so I was like, you know what? I don't feel like having a competitive disadvantage against someone who might be better prepared. That's 2 games in a row I played something. No, in the first round I played something sort of less critical. What do I do here? Queen C2. Now, if I was playing the black side of the Caro-Kann, I wouldn't have any control of the diagonal because he would have gotten his bishop to F5 first. Queen B6 now. That's an interesting move. What are you doing? So if I played E3, you could play bishop F5. E3, bishop F5, queen F5, queen B2. Queen C8 check, bishop D8. Is that a real thing? It's similar to Queen C2. He didn't pull the trigger on it. I don't know what's going on after bishop F5. I really didn't know what I was going to play with 2 pieces hanging. I mean, my queen on C8, I'm like almost mating him, but he's got bishop D8, and then what do I do? I'm dropping a piece with check on the next move. Maybe there's something there, but it was just too weird. Wish there was some way to like trap his queen here. But his queen definitely seems out of position. I don't think this was right for black. I guess I played h3 so I could play bishop e5. That makes a ton of sense. Bishop e5 is kind of a weird move. Now he has a plan. Complete with plan. Can I trap his queen? No. No, no. b5. Knight a4. Minority attack. But it seems like I wasted time. h3, bishop e5. These moves are very dubious. He was going to trade my bishop anyway with this, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, that knight could do some damage on e4. So white is slightly better. It looks like. It's just a standard minority attack result where he has isolated pawn on d5. But no, it may not be that bad. Proverbial question is, how bad is it? Knight a6. We also have like a second minority attack. Essentially, I think it's time for a beer or something. 2-liter bottle of Palinka. He manages to defend everything. It's time for a 2-liter bottle of Palinka. Yes. So, he's preventing me from going in to the 7th. Guy is... I don't like that diagonal. He's fast. You know, the thing about Excel Poker that makes him tough is the fact that he seems to have very good time management skills. He doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. He manages his time, but he also doesn't tank too long, on any moves. He just kind of like quietly plays quickly, not in a really overt way. Sort of sneaky. He sort of sneaks up on you, time wise. He's always seemingly ahead of me on the clock. The drink. The drink of choice. What are we gonna drink? Apple. We're gonna drink an apple. Yes. After all that. Boom. I picked off an exchange here. I only noticed it at the last second. It was funny. I was expecting that variation. I was like expecting double rook trades. And then I was like, oh, he does drop a rook there. He only loses the exchange, but he resigned. Alright. Scared Knight against Schieber Spieler, and El Shachmat still playing. Wow, Scared Knight with 6 pawns against 7. But better structure and 7th rank. So Schieber Spieler with black here. I don't think I've ever seen him spend this long on a move before. He's really, really, really fast. Even faster than 90% of players here. Like Excel Poker, good time management. Never spends a lot of time on one move. What is going on? Why is he tanking so long here? I don't understand. There must be more danger than I thought. I guess White is threatening rook e7. Am I lagging or something? Schieber Spieler's never thought that long on one move. I think he's online. He's like, he must be answering the door to like a land shark right now or something. He's been eaten by a land shark. What could possibly be happening to make Schieber Spieler think for a minute on a move in a queen and rook endgame? He never spent a minute on a move in a single game in like the 40, 50 games we played, I don't think. It's the longest he ever thought on a single move on lichess. Probably. Top 10. Top 10 Schieber Spieler think times. He went to get another Pawnda whiskey. Scared Knight is fast though. Actually, everyone's fast. I'm the only slow player on this site. Even when I play like anonymous people, they're like faster than me. It doesn't matter. They can be unrated anonymous and they're faster than me. I'm like sloth granddaddy. What about the kingside majority? Was this was obviously an EF Caro. What am I thinking? Was it? Did I guess the opening? No. It's not an EF Caro. Schieber Spieler, do you even play the EF Caro? It was 1b3. I was just thinking because I had Scared Knight, games against Scared Knight with black and the Caro. He plays mainline Caro. fun. If the EF Caro is fun, you need to have your definition of fun reevaluated. I don't know that it's fun for either side. I mean, the only fun thing about it is like having these funky doubled pawns that you can do kind of weird stuff with, like make pawn cubes and stuff. But as far as actually playing it, I find it difficult for both sides. I don't know. I don't have any sign of lag. Probably your connection. My ping is pretty normal. So let's see what's happening here. We're going to simplify. It's so weird. Black is up a pawn, but it doesn't feel like he's up a pawn. White is actually, literally has a passed pawn. And black does not. Which is the most important thing, by the way, in a queen ending. Having a passed pawn. White does not, however, want a king and pawn in game. Remember, black has 4-on-2 on the king side, so any trade of queens is probably losing for white. What do I know, right? I'm just international master, sloth, grandpa. Schieberspieler had 2 chances to trade queens and he didn't. Am I missing something? Is that seriously not winning? And now white's actually offering a trade of queens. I don't understand. Black is up a pawn? But now things are getting a little more complicated. I don't understand these guys and they're exchanging queens or not exchanging queens and why. I assumed that black would be winning in the event of a queen exchange. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe now like white's king is... What is going on here? Are you serious? That now the situation is a little more complicated. I mean, if it became a question of taking there and then this king coming up and like eating the pawn on a5, all bets are off. I don't like the last move either for Scared Knight. I think he should have started checking. He has, I think he had a perpetual check. I'd be very surprised if he didn't have perpetual there. I can't believe they had to be winning for black. Queen trades. She was sort of refusing to trade queens in what was probably a winning endgame. He was confident though in his... He's confident in his queen endgame. He's not confident in his king and pawn endgame transpositions. He knew if he just like parked his queen in the middle of the board, he knew what to do. Man, this is still a mess. Wow. Oh my god. It's out of control. Now it's just totally out of control. I can't even watch. I know he's not going to trade queens now. He's like, usually Mr. Queen trade. That's the funny thing about this endgame. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Black has 3 connectors now. Black has a good backgammon position. It's the further advanced pawn that really matters. Get that baby down the board. I mean, Black's now going to have to like think about just making a draw by repetition because he's got that pawn so far down. I mean, I suppose he can try to win. I think he's had enough. This is like why bullet chess sucks. The quality of this endgame was really bad, guys. What were you guys doing? We're not going to go into it. I'm not going to be a backseat driver. Alright, Scared Knight. That's why the Norway tournament sucks. You can't have a tournament where all endgames are 10 seconds per move. Forget about it, man. Just have like somebody come by and adjudicate the games. Yeah, I thought Schieberspieler could have traded queens like 10 times and won. He is Mr. Queen trade normally. Well, you were never in any danger of losing on time. We know that. You just love your queens on the board. Schieberspieler always hates trading queens. No, we're just kidding. So, Sparkle Horse in first, Scared Knight, Husky, Mickey, Schieberspieler all have 2.5. Alisto with 2, Zel Poker, God, Jern Vlad, Mahor joined the tournament late, and he has 1.5. I don't know, man. Do you think Schieberspieler's heart rate ever goes above, like, 65? He's Mr. Cool. I mean, since I started taking, like, a very low dose of beta blockers, my heart rate went from, like, 90 to, like, an average of 90 to, I'm down at, like, 60, 58 sometimes. I've got like this model heart rate. I doubt Schieberspieler. I don't know him, personally that well, but I imagine he's pretty cool. Not necessarily that nervous. All right, so we got a tough pairing. I'm going with my old repertoire. We're going to bust out the old repertoire. I don't know why I stopped playing this repertoire in the first place. Not really sure. It was always good. Never had a problem with it. Then one day, I started to play different stuff. I like the Hedgehog. I haven't been playing it at all. But I have to break it out. We have to break it out specifically for Schieberspieler. Move order's tricky though. I had this in some blitz games with Fanchi and Ray. Castles. You can probably castle, but I think 97 is right. So what's up with Queen D2? What are you doing? Rook C8 is a normal move. What's up with Queen D2? He's trying to play Knight D4. He didn't expect hedgehog against me. I haven't played this in ages. Okay, queen c7 is normal. Castles is probably okay. Instantly bishop f4. That was the point. So I've stumbled in some kind of trap. Oh my gosh. I had the castle. Queen c7 is a mistake, and I'm up to screwed. I've up to screwed my position. No, unless it's all a bluff and I have b5 here. What's happening on b5? How does b5? How does this work? b5, bishop d6, queen d6, queen d6. Pawn takes c4. Pawn takes c4. My other option is e5, which looks very anti-positional. So let's take on c4. I don't know, Sheeper Spiller wants to play bullet against me for some reason. Seems like he was taking more time against the other players. He wants to not only beat me, but beat me using no time. You stopped caring after that last game? Damn. He stopped caring. One draw and he stopped caring. You're gonna have a hard time in serious tournaments if you stop caring because you drew one game. I mean, alright, b4. I'm used to making bad moves. That's why I've always been good at like defending bad positions. I have a friend who's a perfectionist, and they're always like bad at dealing with mistakes, and I'm fine with it. You know, I'm used to having a bad position. Totally okay with me. So what do I do here? Salty. Fellow 2400 rated. He always plays the wing gambit specialist, man. That's his main opening. Alisto plays a mean wing gambit. Yeah, I mean, who studies the wing gambit? Attacking my pawn. Alright, draw. I don't think that I'm better. It's possible. What does the engine say? Computer says I'm a tiny bit better. Not so easy. Almost perfect game. Wow. 8 Centipon loss for Sparkle Horse. 10 Centipon loss. Sheba Spiller made it in accuracy. Damn. That's sloppy. Sloppy chess you play. I thought I had blundered with Bishop F4. Wow. Apparently it's okay. Alright guys, let's see. I just want to check that position. Has that ever been reached before? It has. It has twice. And, you know, it looks like it's safer to castle. I'm supposed to castle. So this is like an inaccuracy. The question is, Bishop F4 enough? See, like Renzo Mantovani played E5. That's the problem, man. Dude, somebody asked, Blaze of Glory asked, why not E5? E5, dude, it's game over. This is the only move after B5. I'm lucky that I found it, you know, and kept my head rather than like panicking and playing E5. I'm just hanging on. Because he doesn't have Rook C1. If he has Rook C1, I'm basically lost without B5. Alright. Good game. You just asked to join. Yeah, I got you. This is Jackie. Jackie doesn't have enough games. Alright, we can't accept people less than 100 games, though. You have to come back next week with 100 games, please. He was bluff raising me. Oh no, the board. I thought I opened a new board. Please, board. We can't accept guys with less than 100. Alright. Pawnda Rapid. Join us. You can join the team, but you gotta have 100 games. That's rule number 1. Back to tournament. All right. Basically, Schieberspieler's on tilt. And when he goes on tilt, he starts playing like 10 cent upon loss. He makes like 1 inaccuracy. You know, you've got really many opportunities to take advantage of when Schieberspieler starts to tilt. So I got to draw with black. That's still alright against tilted Schieberspieler. Yeah, I didn't realize you had drawn 2 games in a row. That's painful. Right, now I remembered. Alright, Husky's still playing. There's a lot of good matchups with all these 2200s. Look at this position. Perpetual check, not. Black has f6. Isn't f6 winning? Or is it not winning? Wow. f6, queen e7, king h6, queen f8. Queen f8? Are you winning with f6? F6, queen e7, king h6, queen f8 check. Yeah, I mean king g5. First rule of Pawnda Club: don't tell your wife where you went, or husband, whatever the case may be. All right, 18 players. We have 18 viewers. What are you guys doing? Enough internet for me. Live on stream and you blundered mate in 1. Husky's big weaknesses is apparently major, shocking blunders. Specializes in big blunders. Just not against me. Alright, we still got a game here. Excel Poker. Against God. Nice bishop pair. Excel Poker lower on time. With the bishop pair. But God is great. Alright, Excel Poker, keep the pace. Yeah, black's pretty solid here, though. Very good control of d4. I think I would have gone for the queen exchange, but maybe this is okay. Excel Poker seriously less time. He's good at fast play, but we'd rather have a minute than 9 seconds. So unclear, but I really thought he should go for a queen exchange. Queen d7, but black doesn't have to agree to that. He could just avoid it with queen f6. You know, maybe queen a7, but black has counterplay. Dude, I mated myself like that, Husky, in one of these team battle tournaments that was like 3-0. Right while I was streaming, I literally played like king f1, and the guy who was like 1800 checkmated me with queen h1. The exact same mate. That was embarrassing. It wasn't like I was losing to like a master. I was getting mated and won by the guy was really like 1800. It was really bad. Interesting. This appears to win a pawn. We have another queen endgame for you boys and girls. And black's king is pretty secure. Nice move, though. That's a tough one. Difficult to call. I mean, your majority's on the king side. I'd be willing to wager it's probably a draw with perfect play, but not an easy draw. Maybe not. I mean, you got this covered. Your king's moving over to the other side. Get over there, get the pawn. Basically, Excel Poker has to find another way to make progress. But he has to... yeah, it's not easy. It doesn't look easy, alright? There's not a lot of shelter for the king. He'd need to get his king up, but he can't. The dude's just shutting him down. See, that's the problem. Draw. Back to tournament. Oh, Mickey's tied with me now. Alice with 3. Usually a spoiler. Sparkle Horse. Cheater Spiller 3. Scared Knight 2.5. Husky, Excel Poker. World Loser coming up. God and Mahar. Where's Astrobait? Astrobait with 2 points. Almost on the top. Almost on the top page. Nice hold. I thought he was okay, even though you had the 2 bishops there. Black has pretty good control of the dark squares. Though you might have been winning at one point. You're probably winning after bishop h6, although, I don't know. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Like, you didn't blow like a totally winning position, Excel Poker. It looks like it, but we have to find something really concrete. Just winning the A pawn may not be enough to win. One minute to go till the next round. 5. Mr. Coffee, are you in? You're working, right? Are you working? Or you just pretend to work? God Shankar. He's got the Gari. He's a Gari fan. I played Gari a short draw 20 years ago. No, when was it? It was in like 2010 he came here. He was a little kid. And I played him in an IM tournament. He looks the same as he looks now, just like miniature version. Alright. D4. I've been playing E4 in my off-stream games. You shouldn't smoke while you're playing. The smoke detector turned on. Yeah, man, in my old house, like, we had to disable it. It was so annoying. They'll just go off if you, like, cook. The Shirov attack. I guess not all countries have, like, mandatory smoke detectors like the United States, but most probably do. Now, bishop g4 seems like an odd move to me. That can't be right, master. But I get it. Pawn takes. We have to be better here. Bishop c4. Where does he go? F4 is very dynamic, but black has bishop e4. So it's not so simple. It feels like black has dual threats. A bishop c5 and bishop e4. We should be better here, though. Knight d5, boring. F4, bishop b4. Though even f3. a3. I don't like my d4 square. I'm lifting my rook. Queen d4 was a smoke detector. This is just a really weird opening by black. But it doesn't look that bad. I feel like he should play bishop c5. Maybe it's not necessary. Does he have b5? Was, is, and will be. The passive master, Hal Terry. There was this guy, he's still alive, Joel Johnson, and he was a national master, and he wrote this book of his games, and so he like cataloged the different masters from our region. He called one guy the passive master. That's kind of funny. Well, I mean, we're better here. Black still remains solid. I don't think that's a compliment when someone calls you the passive master. Did not expect knight f7. But what to do? I see the writing on the wall. This first. Look, he has like no weaknesses. Look, Ma. No pawn moves. I was thinking of b4 to literally like stop access to c5. There's also bishop g4 now, though. That looks pretty mean. Bishop g4 ain't a bad move. Probe. We're gonna send up a probe with some space tourists on board and see what we get. You can now take a balloon to space for like $125,000. I think I have better things to do with my money. Depends on how much 125 grand is worth to you. Maybe Mickey's on tilt too. He's doing the Schieberspieler, like play the whole game in 1 minute, and then say, I didn't care anyway. Wow. Yeah, this looks insane. What a position. This has got to work. I'm like tactically huge. Do you guys know he has a defense here? Rook e8. Rook e8. Must use time. Thinking is required. It looks like he literally had a defense. That crazy rook e8. But he's too busy like playing bullet. Rook e8 is great. Blitz addicts. We have increment. Guys, don't forget, Thursday night is our subscriber stream. Please submit your games to me. My account, this account, Sparkle Horse on lichess. If you'd like to come by on Thursday nights, we're going to analyze 10 games together live on stream. You're bugging me, man. Stop bugging me. You won't stop bothering me. Come on. I had an opponent wouldn't resign. Tournament game. This is getting annoying. This past weekend, he was like down a bishop and wouldn't resign. But this is extremely irritating. He's like defending about as well as you can. Now he's wedged his rook on h4. Annoying position. Still, I mean, there's 5 pawns against 4. Shouldn't be a problem. The h-pawn. How did I let his rook get down there? And he's 3 minutes ahead of me with a piece down position. I'll probably draw this. I don't know. Active king. I'm going with active king. I have no pass pawns. A blunder. I needed that. Can never be too careful. But that's going to make a difference. Now it should be pretty straightforward. Yep. Alright, we're going to pick off his H-pawn. Dude, before we go to the next game, though, I just want to see if that rook e8 move saves your whole position. I thought I'm winning here with a combo. The computer says I'm winning now. It does work. So why does this combo not work? I mean, why does rook e8 not work? I just played bishop f4. I have bishop f4. That's cutting it close. 95, 94. And then I'm still winning. Just fortunate that that works. Alright. Aldisto versus Schieberspieler, classic battle. Guess the opening. This time I really think it was a Caro-Kann. It was. But surprisingly, a main line. Oh, no, no, no. A main line. It was the knight f3 Aldisto gambit. How the heck did he reach, like, a drawn rook endgame from that gambit? It should be equal. I mean, both sides can try, but the chances should be equal here. But Schieberspieler has a very dominant score. Look at the time advantage. He's just crazy fast. B6. I think that Aldisto is just building a fortress. That was a very risky move by Aldisto. Now we're going to have to take some chances. Yeah, maybe he should have tried d5 check takes and rook e7 here. Because now Schieberspieler got his rook active. The time pressure is starting to have an effect. And now he doesn't have rook e7. Okay, the situation still looks pretty interesting. White's got excellent king, dangerous pawn. Black with a potentially, dangerous passed protected pawn on h5. Still objectively looks like Aldisto's okay. Thanks to everybody for playing in this thing. Move 11, you should have played. Good training tournament with like more than 10 strong players, if nothing else. If you play one tournament a week, it should be this. The second longest thing Schieberspieler has ever had. Move 11 is like statistical. Let me know your report on the 2024 presidential election. Things are heating up in betting circles. I want to report on my desk in the morning. Dude has some serious space going on. I'm revising move 11's chances to 1%. 0 now. Draw. That was an interesting endgame. Not too bad. God is still playing with Jern Vlad. God is dead. Preparing for board 1. Dude, if you were on my team, I would make you play board 1 for sure. Even if I was higher rated, I'd still make you play board 1. I mean, you know, I'm better at beating random people with black. This is not good. Like, even if there was a GM on your team, Shiver Spiller, you still might be a better board 1. Let the GM, like, beat all the 2300s and you just draw all the strong players. It might be better. I can't watch this anymore. I don't think I can watch this anymore. Stalemate. What's the odds on this one? You like how Adesel took chances in the rook inning? Yeah, it looked like he made a mistake, but it was actually way better than I thought for him. Originally, I thought he had misplayed it, but it may have been a calculated risk. He was never, it appeared he was never in danger of losing because of his space advantage. Yeah, that's a seriously strong move. It looks like Jern Vlad is coming up in the score world. So I have 4.5, Scared Knight with 3.5. Aldisto, 3.5. Schierspieler with a board 1 performance. Mickey, World Loser, all have 3.5. Jern Vlad and Vague. See, Vague is living up to his... Vague beat Asterbait. And he beat a 2000. And he claims he's not 1200. What's that about? Let's see what Vague's performance rating is. He has now 50%. No. He has a bye, so he has 50% out of 4 games. Alright. Excel Poker. Losing. Uh-huh. 35 seconds till the next game. 2 rounds left. Let's make it good. Thanks everybody for playing. Tomorrow is Blitz Weird Opening stream. 11 a.m. CEST here on lichess and Twitch. Uh-oh, I've got a network error. What? My Twitch actually crashed. But maybe that is just me. Hopefully not the stream itself. Scrade night. It looks like it's back. Normally I play like D5. But I had a game with Husky. Or was it Excel Poker? It was you, Excel Poker, right? Was it you who played this against me? Was it you? So I literally don't know which way I'm supposed to take here. I literally don't know. We'll open our bishop. Anyway, like Queen E7 is a new move, inspired by move 11. Was it you? Was it someone else? Move 11, was it you? Where we discovered this together? Some analysis? It wasn't you, Excel Poker. Who was this against? Then it was someone else. D3, A5. I did 92, A5, and it's not as good. It's playable, but not as good. I tried to force the issue. And I ended up with a weird position. I got a decent game, but went south later. Well, I'm not going to sit here and babysit that pawn. I could play knight d7, I guess. Doesn't look right. But if I play e4... I guess this was forced. Yeah, that's weird. 92 a6. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. You're right. I think that's what lichess Foxfish? I wanted to say foxfish. Where did fox come from? Stock sounds like fox. It's like Dr. Seuss. I was going to say foxfish. Stockfish said, you're right, 92 a6, but I couldn't remember that. Now we have Boria. Bishop g4. He's heading for e2. g6 looks sensible. There's also crazy, more aggressive things. Knight d5. Okay, Scared Knight is really, really good tactically. So I think we want to kind of keep that in mind. Who we're playing, you know, what their strength is. When we choose a plan. I don't want to create like total chaos against a player who's, I would say, very strong tactically. h3 has been played. Stopping bishop g4, presumably. Now h5 is extremely tempting here. Maybe, and even maybe very likely a mistake, but in the spirit of the King's Indian attack, we play the chess. It's in the spirit, the holiday spirit. The spirit of the chess. So bishop f5, knight g3. But anyway, I mean, knight g3 is going to happen if I'm not careful. So this is one idea. Lobster. The lobster. Go lobster gadget. We have a lobster crab hybrid. If I play A5. I wonder what would happen if you genetically... Why don't they genetically create lobster crabs? Genetically modified lobster crab. What would it taste like? I live in a landlocked country and I love seafood. Forgive me if I start going off the deep end here with weird comments. No anti-vaxxing. There are plenty of QAnon sites you can go to for that. Alright. I guess pawn takes. What am I going to do? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. How's he going to recapture? The queen gets exposed if it comes out here. Space lobsters. Alright, pawn takes. The center. Yeah, my bishop's not protected on g7, so we got to be a little careful. I was actually looking at rook h5, space lobster. The lobster crab. How about another idea? Like where to put my white square bishop that it doesn't get harassed. It doesn't have to file harassment charges. You know, if you play c5, you get nailed with variation A. Maybe I have to put it on d7. It's kind of sad. I could always just castle. Where is he putting his king, you know? He's going to castle queenside. This is a weird position. I don't think castles can be wrong. I mean, it's a little weird with the pawn on h5, but whatever. I want my bishop to be protected. I don't want to fall victim to some kind of tactic. We can both castle kingside and play like good boys and girls. You're going to castle queenside? That's insane. Now I can play c5 though. And lay claim to some center. I was actually thinking b6, bishop b7. Hello. But white is starting knight e5 right away, so I may not want to allow that. I'm not sure it's a big deal. b6, knight e5, take, take. Yeah, I don't really like it, but maybe it's not a problem. Yeah, I guess it's okay. The fight for the center is on, man. It's on. The battle is for the center. I have interesting moves. Like here, here. Where's my queen gonna go? Space gaining lobster has done its job and now will fade into the background. Maybe to fall in the endgame and decide the game. Wow. Castle kingside. I was not expecting that. at this stage. This could be over very, very quickly if Wade isn't careful. I can't believe that this isn't really good for me. Irresistible. I thought he was going to play e4. No, but there's a chance I get carried away. Carry me away, Calgon. See, look at that knight f4. That's a nice little move. That was a smart thing to do. Nice move. I believe in the center. Why don't I have anything here? Yeah, he's hanging in there, unfortunately. Right. I was surprised he didn't do that before. It was weird the way he waited. So now queen d6. Queen d6 is an option. I'm a little bit worried. I don't know if I want to do queen d6. How bad can it be? e5. He's got to calculate e5. e5, queen e5, knight d5, queen g5. The beat goes on. But he sort of lured me into almost overextending myself in a really weird game here. I thought g4 was game over, but apparently it's not. It was probably a huge mistake. I should have held it in reserve, I guess. I don't see how this works. But maybe it does. I think I'm winning here, but we're going to have to be a little bit careful. The understatement of the year. Wow. That's quite a move. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know that Queen C6 ever worked. I think he had like F3 anytime I tried to do that. That was crazy game. The white square bishop got him on the long diagonal. This is the week of the white square bishop. Actually, last week was the week of the white square bishop. Alda still has 4.5. Sheba Spiller has 4.5. But we've got this thing on tiebreak. Even in the case of a disaster. Jordan Vlad, solid 4. I think I didn't work that much today, so I was really pumped for this one. Everyone cancels all their chess lessons with me, or reschedules them. So I have a lot of free time lately. I'm really happy about that. It gives me a lot of free time. I'm like basically just a loser who doesn't do anything when people cancel their lessons. So it's easy to have like plenty of energy for my Tuesday tournament. Thanks to all the cancellations. If anyone's interested in lessons, I probably have some free slots. A lot of people were like, oh, I want to take a break over the summer. And then they're like, not responding. I started playing a little bit of poker. Just live, though. I never play online anymore. It was funny. I turned on Twitch poker. It was like party poker the other day. And my friend Shimodi Balash was on party poker. This table in Cyprus. He's a really good Omaha cash player, but he plays tournaments sometimes. He made me like not win the like Prague chess and poker tournament by like donking half of his chips to this old Russian guy for no reason with like King 3 or something, just because he was bored and he wanted to gamble. It was funny. I turned on Twitch poker and there he was playing. There was 2 Hungarians on the same table, with like 100 players left. There's a pretty good number of strong Hungarian players. So Aldisto playing e5, I've never recalled him I never recalled him playing the Budapest Gambit. No whispers. Don't whisper in my ear. No. You can always send me a message, whatever. Just keep it clean. Alright, so this is like the Mamedyarov crazy variation. It's pretty dubious. I can't remember facing it on my stream. Mamedyarov actually has played this numerous times. And some other good players, but it's really pretty dubious. I don't like it. Must be Alisto's new thing. I'm just thinking, like, what happens after knight f3, d6? Knight f3, d6. That has to be the normal line. Anytime they play h5, you hit them with h4, and white's, like, better. Even if they don't play h5, we probably play h4. And I don't care about the pawn. But I guess white has to be a little bit careful. Obviously, like, b2 could drop. But let's say h4, knight e5, knight c3, whatever. I mean, white's got to be better. I just can't believe that black can allow this kind of rupture in the grob. This sort of grob. It's a grob lobster. It's like a rock lobster. Grob lobster. Cue up the B42s. And yeah, we should have music on the stream. B52s. I call them the B42s. Whatever. I had 2 drinks tonight. H4. I don't remember exactly how this is supposed to go. Grob lobster. Man, sacking the exchange looks juicy. It looks juicy. Like, H takes G. H takes G, knight takes f3 check, G takes f, bishop takes b2, knight d2, bishop a1, queen a1. Like, mega B. Have fun with that. There's no way that's okay for black. I dare you to take the exchange. Am I miscalculating this? Take, there, take. And knight e4 is coming? Come on, Barbie. I dare you to take on f3 and take on b2 and take my rook at a1. Because there's no way that's okay for black. Maybe this is actually a mistake. Let's calculate. Knight c4, knight c3. He's going for this. I don't want to open up my king, so I have to take with the g pawn. Now, he might come to his senses. He's probably not going to take, you know, the rook. He'll just take on b2 and then decline the exchange. I just couldn't resist. This is just too tempting. A grok lobster. I guess queen g5. Queen g5, knight c3. He's taking that. No, you can't take the exchange, though. He can play like queen g5 or some developing move. There's no way he's taking my rook. It's suicide. Bishop a1, queen a1. I'm threatening knight e4, and it's just game over. That's sick. He could just resign. He can't take my rook. So he keeps his r-square bishop and tries to play from here. You know, so queen g5, rook b1, and it's unclear. I guess queen g5. I mean, what's he supposed to play? Queen g5, rook b1. Let's make a sensible move, like bishop g7, bishop c3, queen c2 there. I have f4. He's actually, I mean, material is equal here. We got a request to join the team, but no whispers. No dirty whispers. Open link, new window. New window. Always play pawn f6. Nice. Nice, an anti-Feingold. Welcome on the team. He took that? No, wait a minute now. How can you do this? There's no way you can play that. Dude, it's like mate. He's gonna try to prove me wrong here. Wow. There's queen b4. I mean, I do have c5. That could be a very strong move. It's like I have this sort of clamp on the position here and here. He's like sealed in. With rook h6, I can increase my control of f6 and d6 with another piece. Bishop h3. Damn. There could be some sort of sick knight d6 check. So the problem is bishop here. Looks like a good move, but he has queen b4 check. Then king d1 and queen a4 check. So it's sort of like a threat of perpetual check down there. I think literally, you know, bishop c7 would be playable. I mean, even bishop c7, queen b4 check, queen c3. Seriously, queen c3, knight c3, and I'm down the exchange, but I'm better. That's how good my position is. I can probably just trade queens and still have a clear advantage in this position. It would be 5 pawns against... I would have 6 pawns against his 5 pawns. Actually, he has queen b1 check, then king d2, though. Queen a2 check, king e3. I start, like, walking out. It's pretty crazy. But bishop c7 is playable. What else can I seriously do? Oh, no way. Mother of all variations. You guys probably saw it. Boom. Winning his queen. Damn, dude, that's just evil. Check. Titanic. It was Titanic. Bishop c7. Crunchy. Very crunchy. Now he's really having trouble discombobulating. I'm threatening rook takes h7 and g6. Man, that was beautiful. I haven't played a lot of spectacular tactics on lichess since I've been streaming, but that was one of the better ones. I almost missed it. Wow. I was this close to missing it. Scared Knight going for 3rd place with a win. Thanks, guys, for helping us create a good tournament. You know, when you choose Mamajaro's repertoire, you're always in very safe hands. This is an interesting position. White's close, but 2-1 move blunder in one tournament. Slow and weak. Anyway, see you next week, Sharon Vlad. Thanks for playing. I'm slow and usually weak, but not always. I was expecting Queen G2. Black can trade queens there. The Queen E4 or try to trade queens. I haven't won one of these in a while. It's hard to get past Schieberspieler. He doesn't usually have a down week. But we had a good result today. Guys, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Blitz stream. Weird openings Wednesday. Queen trades are welcome, unless we're getting mated. There is like Bishop H6 in some positions. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, what did I do? Get me back to the game, please. I mean, White has serious threats here. Queen G2, idea, Rook H3, and Rook G7. The funny thing is, like, Rook G7 might actually not threaten anything. Strange as that might seem. Not directly. Maybe Rook G6 is actually a bigger threat. I don't know about C5. It looks kind of slow. Seems like Black had to have something else there. Though I don't know what to suggest. Can't he do something else, like Rook D1? That's not going to work. Rook D3. Rook D3. He has Rook D3. Then Rook G7 check, BFD. So maybe Sacred Knight had Rook D3. Then Rook D3, Queen E4 check, Queen G2, Rook D3. You know, he's probably okay. Mard Hund. Hope the games are going well. Thanks for accepting the request. I was not the Whisperer. No. I'm trying to avoid the Whisperers. Anyway, I just thought it was funny. I turned on a random poker stream, and my friend is like, it's not coincidence that he's in this tournament because he's a pro, but I mean, it's just funny that they are like literally on his table, and there are 2 Hungarian pros on that table. But I'm not subscribed to Party Poker Twitch, so I couldn't like talk in the stream or anything. Not that it would matter. Move 11 gifted a tier 1 sub to Mard Hund. The Hund. Uh-oh. Now we've got problem. Oops, we lost the rook. So it's difficult for White now. Down exchange clear. Pretty sketchy position. But he's still alive. I mean, the pawn is on. You know, his king is still safe. The pawn gives him some counterplay. With White, you know, and Black also doesn't have access to attack that A2 pawn. This move, however, might make life a little tricky. Rook G4 by White. Man, what does he have to play there? Like, this Rook D4 is a killer. Arturas has challenged me to raided. Arturas, why didn't you join our team and join the tournament? Arturas probably left the team. He played before. No, I'm retired for tonight. That last game, I'm going to end on a positive note. I had a cute win. I'm happy with it. We're going to go to sleep with a good victory. I'm declining that challenge from Artros. Come back to our team and play. Every Tuesday we do this tournament. He's another strong player. Then we have like 12 2200s. It was a strong tournament. Maybe not the strongest. We had another very strong tournament 2 weeks ago. With 3 draws, your performance rating is still 2585. Nice. Yeah, they're all decent players. Ooh, I get a draw against Schieberspieler. I played my first Hedgehog in like 2 years or something. I basically stopped playing the Hedgehog. And I don't know why, because it's always been a good opening for me. I relied on the Hedgehog a lot. Rarely lost. It's like the Hippo. Not the Hippo, I mean the English defense and the Hedgehog. Played a lot of that stuff. Wow. So, man. This could get close. I expected black to go after the A pawn, but he never had time. It's probably winning for black with accurate play. White's just too slow to get a passer beyond this one. The C pawn's pretty fast. I mean, white's just too spread out. I don't think there's outside pawns or anything to be afraid of. Black's probably winning. Not sure if he should even waste time grabbing that A pawn. Not sure what's happening. The H pawn's pretty fast. He had to play King G7 there. Maybe not. He's getting back now. That's interesting. I never considered that white could actually get back to stop the pawn. I thought King G7 looks possibly good enough. But maybe not. But he's actually coming back. I have no idea what's going on now. You have to stay in touch with the bishop. The white pawns are dangerous. It's probably a draw. Scared Knight has to win to tie for third. White has to be accurate. Yeah, it's a draw. It should be a draw. Yeah, I think that's a good move. And he's just in time to squeeze the rook away. E8. Take a pawn. That's it. White has to give up the pawn to get a pawn. Now white wants to lose. He's lucky he's not lost now. He just gave him the h6 pawn. Now black can play for a win with like rook versus bishop on time. He just has to make the move. He didn't conceive of like giving up the pawn and lost. Wow. I mean, it's still a draw. E8, queen, rook takes, king takes c2, draw. Maybe he doesn't know that like rook against bishop is a draw. It's amazing, like the lack of in-game knowledge like some people have who are fairly strong players. It's a simple endgame. You cannot win with rook against bishop in most circumstances. Alright, back to tournaments. So Scared Knight gets a well-deserved victory there. Sort of. Sparkle Horse first, 6.5. Guess who is second? Schieberspieler, who I have to enjoy this very rare first place ahead of Blitz Legends Schieberspieler. Nice job on the Silver Cup. Scared Knight with a very deserved bronze victory. Getting ahead of Aldisto, Excel Poker, and World Loser, who all had 4.5. But actually, you know, he got the best tie breaks. So this was a strong tournament. Me, Schieberspieler, Scared Knight, Aldisto, Excel Poker, World Loser, Shankar, Mickey. You know, the field was like more than 10 good players. All of you guys are good players, but more than 10 players over 2,200. Quite a strong field. We need more players on the lower end of the spectrum to kind of balance it out, but very competitive. Asterbait, everyone's favorite VIP, finished with only 2. He had a rough end to his tournament, losing to Ruslan in the last round. Thanks everyone for joining. Congratulations to me, Schieberspieler, and Scared Knight. And thanks to all of you guys for playing. We'll see you, Mr. Coffee, for moderating. Thanks a lot for that, man, as always. We'll see you all tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. CEST. And Thursday, remember to submit your games to me directly for the Thursday stream. We're taking 10 games from subscribers here on Twitch to go over on Thursday. Thanks, everybody. Great tournament. It was fun. I'm happy to actually win one for a change. I usually take it easy on you guys. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.